My name is Rebecca Croskey, and I teach sixth grade English language arts at Cane Bay Middle. This year has brought a number of unexpected challenges, but despite that, there is one moment of which I am the proudest from this year, and that is when one of my most reluctant readers raised his hand and begged for another chapter of the book we were reading. This year, I had a group of students who had never seemed to experience reading for the sake of reading, just the idea of the joy of reading. And so I realized that in order to reach them, I couldn't do a traditional book study with discussion questions and things like that. I really needed to focus on teaching them the joy of just sitting and experiencing a book. So, um, we started reading Among the Hidden, and it's a fantastic book. And there was one day we were almost finished for the day before we moved into our lesson, and raised his hand and just begged, "Can we please, Miss Krosky, please, can we have one more chapter?" And of course, I could not refuse at that point. It was so exciting to watch that spark really come alive for him and for his classmates. And that is definitely one of the highlights of this year. One innovative thing that I did try this year was to dive more deeply into the world of personalized learning. I really wanted my students to focus on where they needed to grow as writers. And so I made a list of the different skills that we were studying and had them choose their top three skills that they felt like they could benefit the most from with additional instruction. So, after I had them choose those skills, I separated them into cohorts and we did what we called a studio cycle. So, we'd take about 2 weeks, and in that 2 weeks, they would watch some videos that I had created teaching the skill, modeling the skill, and then they would just have time to write in class, conference with me, ask questions with me, brainstorm with me. And at the end of those 2 weeks, they would submit a draft. And while I was working through everyone's drafts and giving feedback and conferencing with students, they would then start on the next set of lessons for the skill that they were going to apply to their second draft. So we did this maybe 2 or 3 times over the course of the semester. And at the end, instead of having them focus on writing a perfectly polished piece, I had them reflect on their growth. And it was really astonishing watching these kids who had come into the sixth grade telling me, "I'm a terrible writer. I hate writing. I hate English class." To watch them really realize that they could do this thing that had seemed so hard before. That was truly an eye-opening and really amazing experience. And it was this world of personalized learning that actually helped me to embrace the growth mindset this year. Um, Whenever I try something new, I always tell my kids about it, like, "Hey, I've never done this before. If I crash and burn super hard, I'm gonna need your help. I need you to help me figure out what went wrong so we can work together to make it better." And they're always really receptive to that. They give great feedback. And personalized learning was hard. It was super hard. I was juggling, multiple lessons and creating content and creating video. And it was a lot at first. And we would have to stop and conference as a class and scrap some ideas and try something new. But in the end, we all came up with something that we felt really proud about and felt really good about. And that was really fantastic. One thing I think that it's important for other educators to know is that it's okay to feel intimidated by the word innovation. It can feel gimmicky, it can feel like just another buzzword, but really and truly at its heart, innovation is just about making an intentional decision to try something new for the sake of your students. And so you don't have to go out and buy the latest technology or use the newest software. It can be as simple as introducing a little student voice and choice and just making that one small change and seeing what happens. For me, it meant starting with a few books, and some podcasts and just kind of listening to what was out there and then thinking about how I could make that happen for my own learners, my own students. And most innovators that you see, this is a process that they've spent years undergoing. So start with one small thing. What's one small thing that you can do to try something new?